Resolution number 1003 by June Jordan. I will love who loves me. I will love as much as I am loved. I will hate who hates me. I will feel nothing for everyone oblivious to me. I will stay indifferent to indifference. I will live hostile to hostility. I will make myself a passionate and eager lover in response to passionate and eager love. I will be nobody's fool. Hey, 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 hey. Welcome back to my channel. I can't sing, y'all, but I like to pretend that I can. Welcome back. This is Ola coming to you live from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, representing for the Free Black Women's Library. How are you? How's it going? Thank you for being here. So, this video is going to be a little different from my other videos in that I am not talking about a book per se. I'm doing something called the Booktube Newbie Tag, and what it is me responding to a series of questions that were created specifically for booktubers, and it's just a way for you to kind of get to know me better, understand what this channel's about, what type of books I'm going to be talking about, and hopefully you'll be into it and you will like, comment, and subscribe, as they say, to this channel. So, without further ado, here are the questions and my answers. And I didn't prepare any official type of like scripted answers. I just thought I would just flow off the dome. So let's see how this goes. Question 1. Why did you start this channel? So I started this channel for a couple of reasons. The first one being that I really love YouTube. I think YouTube is an amazing, underrated resource. It's a really cool, fun platform. I am pretty much a YouTube super fan. I probably watch at least 1 to 2 YouTube videos a day, if not more, depending on what day it is. YouTube is where I get a lot of information, and it's free. You know, as long as you have a phone or a computer or some type of way to get on, and then wireless internet, of course. If you have internet access and the technology available to you, YouTube offers itself up as a resource. And through YouTube, I have learned so many things. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, YouTube has taught me how to knit. It has taught me how to crochet. It has taught me how to make body products, make hair products, do my hair, make different types of art. Every time I want to travel to a different country or a different city within this country, I'll just go to YouTube and put that space in the search box, and a whole bunch of videos will come up telling me like where to get food or where to avoid. And I'm getting to hear the perspective of people who are similar to me, people who may be traveling on a budget, or people who are single moms looking for really fun places to take their kids on trips. And it's just awesome. Like, I think it's a really fun site in that it also has like a lot of old shows that I love to watch. Like, for instance, all of Girlfriends is on YouTube, and I've watched every single episode of every season multiple times. And it's you know, it's kind of, don't want to go on a tangent about Girlfriends and the fact that we never really got the season finale that we deserved with that series. It's really unfortunate that they didn't get to like complete the story of those 4 women characters, but that's a tangent. Reel it back in. Either way, yeah, so I started this channel because I love YouTube, and I wanted to add my voice to the conversation. I wanted to jump into the fray and see what I can come up with in this space. And so far, it's been a cool experience. This is only my second video, but I am enjoying doing the research and learning about best ways to make them. And so it's been cool so far. But moving on, question number 2. What unique thing are you bringing to YouTube, to Booktube? So I am bringing myself, which is unique in that we're all unique, right? All of us. But my specific voice is a Black feminist voice. It's a womanist voice. It's the voice of a Brooklynite, the voice of an urban dweller, a voice of somebody whose politics and whose culture really inform their reading practice and their art practice. It's it's a voice that loves Black women specifically and reads books written by Black women specifically. So that's what I'll be talking about. And I think that's unique, although I'm sure there are plenty of other folks out there who have love for the same writers that I have love for, which is awesome because then we can exchange, Toni K. Bambara, June Jordan, Audre Lorde, Sonia Sanchez, Bell Hooks, Angela Davis, Toni Morrison, Alice Walker, Gloria Naylor, Jamaica Kincaid, and so on and so forth. You know, I love it all. I love it all. That's what I read, and more and more and more and more. So I'm bringing that to YouTube, and that is unique. I'm expanding on my literary art project known as the Free Black Women's Library, which is a mobile library that currently has about 2,000 books, all written by Black women, and it's books of every genre. And the library travels all over New York City. It's been outside of New York City, and it just pops up monthly in these public spaces, and people are welcome to come and engage with the library and interact with the library and take part in what's going on in the library, which could be anything ranging from a writing workshop to a performance piece to a film screening through or a conversation about issues that that are affecting Black women specifically, which most likely affect other folks. So everybody's welcome to come, and people are also welcome to exchange books with the library. For every book you bring, you get to take a book as long as it's a Black woman writer. So sometimes people will bring one book, or they'll bring two, or they'll bring 10. So, you know, all of that work that I've been doing to keep this project thriving and alive has been really incredible. And part of the reason why I created this channel is to just expand further on this project. So I think that's pretty unique. And that project will inform my book channel, my YouTube channel. So, question number 3. What are you most excited about? I'm excited about a lot of things. Like, I'm really excited to learn about making videos. I went to school for film, and I've always wanted to make video and make film, and so I'm really looking forward to learning how to edit and add music and titles and do really interesting things with lighting and camera. I'm really excited to engage with folks that I may never meet. I think that's one of the fun things about social media is the really fun, interactive exchanges that I've had with people through Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or Tumblr, which is not dead. Not yet, anyway. I really enjoy that exchange, and I love learning from people. And I think I think it's just one of the benefits of starting YouTube is getting comments, hopefully kind ones from folks. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to learn, and I'm excited to engage. 4. What got you into reading? So I started reading from a very young age. I think like most people who love books, they were turned on to books as a child. And for me, my childhood was very intense. It was kind of scary at times. It was really hard. I was definitely a very quiet child and a very shy child and very introverted and very like to myself. I spent a lot of time alone. So I think books provided me with a form of escape. I think books gave me a way to imagine myself as more than I was. Books gave me an opportunity to imagine myself safe, to imagine myself free, to imagine myself loved, to imagine myself as the hero, to imagine myself as powerful and magical and, talented and cute and so many things. Books just kind of expanded my worldview about the world and about what I could be and do in the world. Books just kind of gave me like a gateway to just getting out of the environment that I was in, which did felt very toxic and very dysfunctional and very scary. So yeah, so I guess books were kind of like my security blanket. But as an adult now, I'm still into reading, and although I still escape in books often, that's not the main reason why I read these days. These days, I just read because I love reading and I love books and I love to learn, and books turn me on. I love words, I love language, I love stories, I love the different ways that people can manipulate language to tell a story. I love when there's details and characters and dreams and magic, and I just find books to be everything. Books have been my lifelong love. That's what I say. Like, books are like my soulmate. Books have never let me down. Books have never hurt my feelings. Books have never cheated on me. No, I'm kidding. I'm doing the most. Next. 5. What would you ask a booktuber? So I would ask, if there are any booktubers watching this, I would ask you for suggestions on how to get my channel popping. What are the tips and tricks? What are the best practices to being a YouTuber, a booktuber? What do you think makes for a good channel? And then I would also ask you, what is a book by a Black woman that you think everyone should read? Because I want to know. What's your favorite book by a Black woman? If that's too hard of a question, because I know I would give you at least 10, I'll say, what's a book by a Black woman that you think everyone should read? All right. Number 6. Where do you read? I read mainly on the bus and on the train. So I live in New York City and I have 3 jobs. So I'm always going from one place to the next. I'm always on the train or the bus, and especially now that it's getting colder. During the warmer months, I do ride bikes a lot to get around, but now it's getting chilly. I'm on the bus, child. I'm on the train, feeling all cozy in my puffy coat, and I have my books in my bag. I always have at least 2 to 3 books in my bag. And so that's when I do my best reading and my best napping. On the train, on the bus, or in the back of a lift when I'm feeling fancy. And I also sometimes will wake up an extra hour just to read, or I will shut off all my devices like 1 to 2 hours before bed, and I'll read before bed. Usually if I'm reading before bed, I'm reading myself a short story. And it's funny how, like, depending on what story I read before bed, I will kind of like affect the nature of my dreams, and what type of dreams I have is often connected to the story that I read. So I've learned to be careful with what I read, because I've had nightmares. Now, okay, I'm on question 6. Where do you read? Oh, I just answered that. I'm on question 7. What kind of books do you like? So I really love collections. I love collections of essays and personal essays, especially. Books like Thick by Dr. Tressie McMillan Cotton, books like Sister Outsider by Audre Lorde, books like Sister of the Yam by Bell Hooks. I really love personal essay collections a lot. I really love memoirs a lot. Um, those two things I kind of classify in my mind as creative nonfiction because they're not um, they're not fictional tales. Like they're not made up stories, but the way they're told is very poetic and very beautiful and very metaphorical and very imaginative. So I'm currently reading I'm Telling the Truth But I'm Lying by Basi Ikpi, which is a excuse me, collection of personal essays about her living with being bipolar. I just started it today, and so far it's really, really good. But yeah, so I really love books like that. I love creative nonfiction. I love when people are telling their stories. I also love science fiction. I love what some people refer to as Afrofuturism, also African Jujuism, African futurism, speculative fiction, mythical, magical stories about people with powers or aliens or vampires, like stuff like that. I also love Black feminist text. I also love abolitionist text, like the new Jim Crow. I do read a lot of nonfiction, but I try to balance it out, which is why I read like 2 to 3 books at a time. So usually my thing is I'll read like some fiction, some like lighthearted fun fiction, and then I'll at the same time I'll read some like really thick, dense nonfiction, and then the third thing I'll have is like a poetry collection or a short story collection or an essay collection, and I'll kind of like go back and forth within a month because my goal is to read like 3 to 5 books a month, which is not a lot because I know people who read like a book a week, but I like to take my time with my books. I like to just like really savor the story. And sometimes I'll read like the same pages over and over again, especially if they really hit me, if I find them like really impactful, or if I get really caught up in the way that writer is using the language to like make me feel something, I'll just like go back and read it over. So, yeah, I mean, when it comes to what kind of books I like, I can't really pick a specific genre because I like reading everything. I even like reading cooking books sometimes. I like self help, self like improvement type stuff. I like books on finances. So I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to genre. I can say, also historical fiction I love. The main genre that I haven't really dived into too intensely, there's actually two, is mystery and romance. So I'm plan on reading some mystery books this winter. I've got like a stack waiting for me of some mystery novels because I want to get into that genre a little bit. And I'm looking for some good romance and some good erotica. So if you have suggestions for me, for some authors that you think I should check out that write good romance and good erotica, please keep them coming. Hit me, give it to me, give it to me. Um, I really like Beverly Jenkins. That's the only romance writer that I've enjoyed her work like immensely. Her book Indigo is one of my favorite books. But outside of her, I haven't really read anything that's kind of made me feel touched, I guess is the word. So I think that's the last question. Yeah. What kind of books do you like? So that's it. That's the end of my booktube Newbie Tag video. Thank you for hanging in there with me and, coming back to check me out. Please feel free to, as they say, like, comment, and subscribe so that you will get an alert when I drop my next video. I'm talking about Thick by Dr. Tressie McMillan Cotton. I would love for you to leave a comment letting me know what is a book by a Black woman that you think everyone should read. I would love to hear what titles come to mind for you when I say that. And yeah, thank you so much. And peace and love and happy reading. Bye, guys.